everyone, welcome to Bragging About Cinema. And as always, we're going to start off with a question. Who needs more Batman in your life? Well, I don't have a new movie or a new show. I actually have my first scripted podcast to review, Batman Unburied on Spotify. If you've been following my channel for the whole year plus that I've been around, I did start off doing some audiobooks when I very first opened up the channel, and I haven't done one in a while. And I actually listen to audiobooks all the time, and I want to review them. Sometimes it takes me a good month to get through them because my commute is pretty short. So I kind of stumbled upon the world of scripted podcasts after listening to a full ensemble version of Sandman on Audible. I heard about Batman Unburied, and I wanted to check it out, try something a little different. It's on Spotify, and the best part is, so far, it's free. One of the great parts about this is the all-star cast. Just looking down the list, you have Lance Reddick, Jason Isaacs, John Rhys-Davies, Sam Witter. Of course, you're wondering who is playing Batman. None other than Winston Duke from the Black Panther movie. And he does a phenomenal job of Bruce Wayne, and he does an all right job of Batman. So I would say if you like the long Halloween, this might be up your alley. This is very much a detective story. There is a guy, kind of a generic villain called the Harvester. He gets his victims and takes one of their organs. In this story, Batman is, he does autopsies for the hospital and tries to understand what happened to people, and that's part of his Batman lore. This is a little different than the Batman you're used to. They haven't gone too much into the Wayne family. You know that he's rich. We do get to meet his parents. And so he is trying to figure out who the killer is, and he's getting in deep. He spends all his time at night working on these autopsies, trying to figure this out. And his parents are really worried about him, but that does not stop him because Batman's here to save the day. There's a lot of twists and turns, so I want to give you a spoiler-free review, so I don't want to spoil too much. And I will say that he's a good gallery of villains. You run into the Riddler, Poison Ivy, Doctor Strange Hugo Strange is a big one. Barbara Gordon is also one of his great friends. His love interest is Vicky Vale. So you've got all these players, and you're trying to figure out what's going on, who's the murderer, who's pulling all the strings. And I would say this is an earlier version of Batman because some of these characters he's meeting for the first time, even though they're established Batman characters. Now, how does this compare to an audiobook? Well, an audiobook sometimes has a pretty good narrator who narrates the action scenes. So this is almost like watching or listening to a TV show instead of the narrator. So sometimes I get a little lost, but not too bad. I'm able to follow along the action pretty well. So I'm definitely going to actually check out more. So my first question in the comments section is, if you like scripted podcasts, what do you like? What is something I should be listening to on my way to work? What is the number one thing that we judge Batman on? Anybody? The Bat voice. So Winston Duke's Bat voice is somewhere between a Christian Bale and maybe, I don't know. It's similar to Christian Bale. It's gonna sound like this, and he's gonna save a kid. He's more like and this is what he's doing, and I am Batman. So it's slightly different, but it reminds me of Christian Bale. That's one thing. I don't know if he's overcompensating because it's you're listening to it rather than seeing it. I prefer, my favorite, just in case you're wondering, is the Ben Affleck, where it's a voice changer instead of just trying to change his voice. Because let's be honest, if you were trying to do that all the time and that's how you talk, you'd lose your voice pretty quick. So I've listened to the first 8 episodes. I looked it up. There's a total of 15 coming out. They release 2 a week, and they're about 20 minutes to 25 minutes long. So if you are like, oh, I'm never be able to catch up, it's a breeze. It doesn't take long. I will say in the beginning, I was pretty confused about what was going on. And then after about the 3rd or 4th episode, you really figure out, oh, it all makes sense. So if you listen to the first or second episode and you're not sure you like what you're hearing, keep listening. It all connects. That's why I'm trying to be really vague with my review, because I really like it and I want you to experience it and you to hear the twists and turns so that you can be like, aha, bragging about cinema guy. You were right. And so I'm going to give this one an A. It starts off slow. It was maybe in the B territory, but it works up to an A. So now I'm like counting down the minutes. Every episode drops on Tuesday on Spotify. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give this one the Gambit paw of approval. Now, if you could, go down, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But if you could go in the comments section, let me know what you think if you've watched or listened to this. And if you haven't, but you have some recommendations for what I should be listening to on the way to work, I'm all ears. I'll like to see those things. So when you watch my videos, you're going to find something to brag about.